Howdy, folks. Don't know if anybody will be in. Thought I would do something at the bench today. I fancied. I've had this in my stash for a while. I just fancied building something for a change, sticking some styrene together. So we're doing this little Warhammer 40k Space Marine Razorback. So hello everybody that's in. Vampin was in earlier on saying he'll be in a wee while. So that's Vampin was in yesterday from South Africa. So it's not going to be anything exciting. It's just going to be me at the bench making a Warhammer 40k kit. So yeah, just a little something to do on a Saturday afternoon. And if anybody wants to join in and chat to me, that's absolutely fine. Hiya, Vampin. Oh, Davey's in. Hello, Davey. He's like, hello, Smoo. Nice wee kits, these. Relatively inexpensive. I think this was about £35. If there's folk viewing at the moment have come in from one of the other links, like the Patreon link or whatever, go down to the bottom right of your screen and click the little YouTube icon. That'll bring you into the main YouTube page and you can join in the chat. So it gives you that you can actually build. Hiya, Paul Chatwind. You can actually build two different ones out of this. You can build the Rhino or the Razorback. I'm going to go for the Razorback. I don't think it's a complex build at all, and I do believe... Oh, I'm getting flickering. That's because of this stupid instructions. I'll put them off to the side. I believe you can build the tracks up and put them in later. So, yeah, you get a fair box of rather chunky sprues in with this lot. Right, I'll just move my camera position slightly. Be all right once I get them all out onto the bench. Get the box out of the way. And it gives you some of the... I've built some already, so I'm going to be doing the Ultramarines, the blue one. And Clinton's in. Hiya, Clinton. Yeah, so some rather chunky looking sprues with various weapons on that one. And I think there's a couple of dudes as well, or half dudes. And all the turrets and everything on that sprue. I'll stick that across there. And then there's a left and right hand side and the base and everything. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was, actually. I had thought about trying to put lights in it, but I'm not going to bother. Not going to bother. I'm just going to paint it up for a bit of fun. So basically, we're going to start cutting stuff off. So how's everybody doing this afternoon? You doing all right, Clinton? So there's an inner and an outer by the looks of it. And none of them are numbered. So yeah, it's your typical Warhammer. It's sort of, yeah, have a little guess at what you've got to do. So I'll just cut some stuff off the sprays. Yeah, it's a nice chunky kit, Davey. Let's just get a few bits chopped off. Yeah, I just thought I'm quite enjoying these live at the bench things. It just gives me a chance to a little bit modelling at the bench and you guys chatting away there. You's all busy at the bench. He's watching. See, I didn't bother with the football. Football's not really my thing, so instead I'm sitting doing some styrene therapy. So yeah, what's Vampin saying? Doing good. Just finished blacking out that GT500. Yeah, it looked like you were revisiting a kit that you've done before. I think these are pretty self-evident. That side. Yeah, that's one side. Don't want you to do the two sides first. DB's models on. John, how you doing, mate? Inner and outer, upper and a downer. Yeah, and so this will start flickering probably, but because it's quite sunny outside, it just goes stick that to that and that to that. But you can, and I do know that you've got to make all the track links in that up, but you can make them up and take them back off and put them back on later because you know what it's like. You might want to weather things up and stuff. So these are really good. They're really, really detailed and they're quite chunky plastic. So yeah, this kit was 35. Was it 35? 35 quid, I think, for Games Workshop. I believe it's one of their older kits. I don't know if there's a date on there. Games Workshop 2006. So what are we in 2018? So yeah, 2000. It's a 12-year-old kit. So it's an older tooling, but you know what Games Workshop's like. It's they're not a complex kit to build. The fun's in painting them up and everything. So I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I thought might as well make a little start on it. Whilst I'm sitting shooting the breeze with you guys. So I'll just get this removed from the sprue first. And then a little bit of sanding and stuff. So I want you to make the sides up first, so that's fair enough. And that'll be the other side. And that's it built. And that's the end of the show. Goodbye, folks. Haha. Yeah, so that's outside of one side and outside of the other side. And the floor goes in between. So it's not a very big model. So what have we got here? 22 guys running around after one ball. Yeah. A lot of overpaid guys chasing a bag of wind. What are you building? A Zvezda flanker, your first plane. I haven't built a plane for years. Well, I think I built the B-172nd kit. There was a Battle of Britain one where you got the Hurricane, the Spitfire, and the P-51. I did that, but that was before I got my airbrush. So John's saying his Zvezda flanker. Yeah, that's quite a big jet, isn't it? Yeah, so it's a decent kit, that. I suppose I'll do a plane at some point. I think the biggest thing with planes is 1/72 is quite a small scale, and it's a bit too fiddly for my big chunky fingers. And I'd like to build something a bit bigger. I like all the prop ones, and then it's having somewhere to store it. So yeah, it's let's see. Let's get my Sally Sandy stick out. Yeah, it's a bit. You've not done a plane in ages, Vampin. Yeah, I mean I like them. Don't get me wrong, but this is quite soft plastic. I'm going to go with the soft one. I like them. Didn't get me wrong. I like all the propeller type aircraft, Lancasters, Wellington bombers, things like that. But it's even in 1/72 scale, they're quite big. What's Paul saying? What's me mono? So is that you starting all this Latin stuff on me? So yeah, I thought I'd do a wee live at the bench. I'm doing sort of impromptu stuff. It's just company for me at the bench, but always might as well let you guys know that as far as I know, there won't be a live show tonight. So yeah, there's still a few folk ill and stuff, and there's been some changes within the group. So there may be one next week, but there won't be one tonight, unfortunately. As far as I know, unless there's a last minute thing, but yeah. No, Paul's taking messages away. What were you saying that you don't want us to see, Paul? So yeah, there may be a live show returning next Saturday. It depends. It depends what happens. So I'm not wanting to promise you a live show and there's not going to one happen, because it doesn't look good on me. So yeah, but you never know. Funnier things have happened. So I just, yeah, I'm quite enjoying these wee live at the bench things. Oh, that's a bit rough, that one. What are you all building at the bench? Anything exciting? Yeah, 8 folk in. I appreciate there might not be a lot of people on at this time of the day. Saturday afternoons usually when you have to go with the missus shopping. Typical bloke. If there's any shopping to be involved, I go and get exactly what it is that I'm after. And come away again. Go and get exactly what I want and disappear. So quite chunky nubs on these. Clinton's just bought a flying fortress. What scale? Because that's a big beastie of plane in the first place, isn't it? Big beastie of flying fortress. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing one of those. But again, it's room to store it unless you want to stick it up on the ceiling or whatever. Just space for it. Yeah, John's asking the same. Which B-17? See, he knows the actual name. A B-17 Flying Fortress. It's quite midnight here, and Vampin's got 3 models going, but my black's running out. Ah, see. But yeah, quite chunky, sturdy plastic, this. That is quite soft, though. It is quite soft. I'm just looking to see where the other nub was. Give it all a wee clean up. Trying to think which is the finer of these ones. I'll maybe go into this one. Get rid of the nubs and the seam lines. Oh, Mike's in. Hiya, Mike. Still doing that lifeboat. A B-17G. See, I'm none the wiser, but John will pick up on that straight away what that is. He likes his aircraft. Yeah, they're not bad, these, actually. These. I should actually probably try my seam line removal tool. Yeah, nah, I'll stick to my sanders. Yeah, there's 1 or 2 seam lines here and there on it to get dealt with, but nothing major. So these are great fun, these little kits. If you've never tried any of the Warhammer stuff, they're great fun. But yeah, just a few wee seam lines here and there. Paul's saying he's not a plane builder, so don't know what the hell I'm doing. Yeah, I'm kind of the same. Folk coming out with all these different... Oh, this one, the engine intakes aren't right on this one and that. I mean, I haven't got a bloody clue. It's just like, yeah, I'll build what comes in the box. And that'll do for me. A wee bit of a seam line on there. Let's see if this scraper tool will get this. Great little tools, these. That's that one dealt with. Hey up, Smoo! Aye. The Smoo is trying to do modelling. Yeah, it's about time I was doing something. So I made good progress on my RZ through the week. So I'm chuffed with that. But I'm not in a spraying mood today. So that won't be getting any lacquer on it at the moment. And my Beetle's all polished up, so I've just got a little bit more painting to do on that. Might do that this evening. Give me something to do. Clinton's more of cars and bikes, will give anything a go. Yeah, I mean, I went into my local games workshop place and there was a rather delightful spotty youth standing there. I was like, oh, I just wanted a wee look about. It was more the little figures, the wee Space Marines. That was something to look at because I wanted to practice for my miniature painting. And I walked out £100 lighter. They've got big bloody steps, these shops. Good to see me back. Yeah, I'm just trying to get some stuff done at the bench. I've been neglecting my YouTube channel and stuff of late, so I thought, yeah, get this nib off. Yeah, neglecting my YouTube channel of late, so I thought, the wee live at the bench things is quite good fun because it gets me at the bench. Still on my jammies. Yeah, well, you see, I'm not going out anywhere today. And I didn't see the point of dirtying clothes unnecessarily. I suppose I should really get up and get dressed and all that, but yeah. Nah. Lazy. Lazy Saturday afternoon at the bench, sticking bits of styrene together. I mean, I'm always comfier in my jammies when I'm at home. I mean, I don't know if you guys do this. If you're out about or whatever and you're out shopping, as soon as you get home, jammies on, get comfy. Right, what am I looking for here? Right, there's Corsair. It's this one. That one I'm looking for. Clinton says he's lucky it's 100 kilometres round trip to my hobby shop. See, this is the thing with internet shopping now. Distance is no longer a barrier to emptying your wallet. And some of these online shops have got bigger steps in the modelling shops. And you just, oh, I've got a few extra quid. Let's have a look. What can I get? Oh dear, before you know it, you've slipped. Your mouse has hit the buy it now button. And your wallet's a lot lighter. Still a bit of a nub on there. Quite a hardy plastic, this stuff. Tank Fest next Saturday. Way hey, yeah, that'll be good fun actually. Never been to a Tank Fest or anything like that. I've driven a tank. There's a place down in the Scottish borders where you can get a tank experience, and you get to drive I'm trying to remember, it was an Abbott tank, and you get to drive it round a course. So yeah, I've driven a tank. They're great fun, but I mean, I never got a chance to drive anything like that in the military. Only just put my leg on, Dad, late last night. Yeah, John's been having problems with his prosthetic leg. Yeah, it can't be much fun, that, yeah. We all have wee jokes about. He's not only 3 sheets Bennett, he's got 3 legs. He's got his first leg, his second leg, and his new pirate leg. Arr! Why is it a pirate leg? It just are. It's got skulls and crossbones on it. Yeah, so, as I say, nothing exciting. Just sitting at the bench making stuff. Just thought I'd do a wee live stream. And start on something that I wanted to get started on, because these are quite good, because I wasn't sure if I would airbrush it or just do it with the paintbrush, but Citadel paints go really, really well with the paintbrush, so it's quite therapeutic just sitting brush painting sometimes, instead of having to get the airbrush ready and cleaning the airbrushes out and all that. Did John remember to put his leg on the right side? Yeah. Oh dear. It's actually quite warm here today. But then I can't remember if I put my heating on. Right, that's that one dressed up. So it's a usual clean up with these things. They're not bad. Quite chunky, the sprue gates on them. I can see why Fox maybe doesn't want to use God hands on them. They're quite chunky. Not having got God hands, I wouldn't know myself, but yeah, I can see them being a bit. I've just got ordinary Tamiya ones. I need to get myself another set. I've been cutting wires with them. I've been stripping wires with them when I've been doing my LEDs and that, which is possibly not the best thing to do. You go, oh, you're getting a new leg next week, but you're not sure which one. Pirates, I think daisies, John. If you could go for a daisy scheme like what I did with my Beetle. Get the ones with the wee trippy faces on them. They'd be kind of cool. So, yeah, denubbing. So not a difficult build, these. I mean, they're an afternoon's build, and then you spend the rest of the time painting them. So quite expensive. It's a bit weird how they price these, because if you've been watching Fox's stream, I mean, this is quite a powerful unit. So hence, but you get quite a lot of plastic for your money. But you might get something that's like really, really small, but it's quite powerful in the game. And you'll pay 35 quid for that, and it's just like one character, whereas this is actually a model kit. So yeah, I do think that Games Workshop need to look at their pricing structure a bit to get more in line with modern stuff. I've just thought about what Mike said there about if John put his leg on the wrong way around. And I was thinking, how could you put it on the wrong way around? But you could face it backwards. That would confuse a lot of people, wouldn't it? It'd be quite funny. Going for a walk down the street with one foot facing that way and one foot facing the other way. So don't be shy if you're in the chat. Come in and say hello. As I say, it's not going to be a long stream. Just be on for a couple of hours, just fiddle farting about with a wee kit. A wee bit of company at the bench if you're at the bench. Nubs. See, when I did that Japanese mechanised robot thing, that's what I spent most of my time doing, was denubbing. And it's not the most exciting thing in the world to do. It's better when you can actually get it glued together. But these are cracking kits. Right, where's my denubbing doofer? There we go. Use it for the job that it's meant for. These are great things, these wee Citadel seam line tools. We've just got a nice edge on them for taking some of the worst of the nubs off and cleaning up seams and everything. I do like them. This one's just been a bit of a pain in the... Where's my craft knife? Stabity moments. Will I cut myself live on air? That would be funny if I did that, eh? Then I wouldn't be able to take the mickey out of Foxy anymore. Yeah, seem to be alright so far. What's quite funny is I don't have an apron or anything, so I tend to wipe the dust off on my pyjamas, and I've actually worn through my pyjamas with wiping sanders off on them. So quite luckily I haven't got a Captain Stabity moment there. So there we go, no blood yet. We're all good. Which makes a nice change. Anybody else building at the bench? You're quiet today. Right, is that enough on that one? That's looking no bad. I think I'll go around it with the seam line tool and take some of the crap off. It's not an exciting thing watching somebody making a model. You got any questions or anything, fire them in. If I know the answer, I'll try and help you out. And if I don't, I'll go, I don't know. It wasn't me. What is a hobby without bleeding once or twice? Yeah. Try to avoid that wherever possible, though. Oh, those drag cars you've got, Clinton, they're really cool. I noticed there was also what I call a funny car in the background. Who makes those kits, by the way? They're really, really cool. Still needs more cleanup. Because I've not actually seen... There's a lot of nice American kits out there. They seem to have a bigger range of cars. That's Chevelle. Oh. See, I was out in the modelling thing for quite a few many years, and only recently come back into the hobby again. So I've missed, some folk have got some kits in their stash that were out when I wasn't actually modelling, and it's like, oh, when did you get that? Who made that? And they're out of production now and you can't get them. So, yeah. So that's almost one side cleaned up. Velvet, hard to find. You built them 20 years ago, so you're reworking them then. Yeah. No, Colin does that with. So he's got some right unusual stuff kicking about that he's revisiting. Like that Jag of his. I do like that. Right. I'm just going to nip away for the bench for a whole 2 seconds because I've got a funny feeling I've accidentally left my heating on, and that's why I'm roasting here. So I just need to quickly go and switch that off before I dissolve in a pile of sweat before your very eyes. That's good enough for that side. Yeah, quite simple construction on these, eh? Lovely. Right, I'm just going to, I'll be back in 2 seconds because I'm absolutely roasting. I think I've left my heating on. And I'm back. I was right. I left it on. No wonder I'm roasting. Yeah. Oh, aye, the sun's out today. Might go out for a little Spidey. Is Spidey in? Oh, Spidey's in. Well, see, as soon as I come in, you bugger off. I can take a hint. I was sitting there roasting Spidey, and this lamp puts out a lot of heat as it is. And I thought, because it was cooler this morning, I thought, maybe I've left my heating on, and I had. So, what are you up to, Spidey? You roasting more coffee beans and stuff? Right. I think that'll do for that bit. That's going to be covered by the tracks anyway. What's Spidey got on his bench? Apart from a cafetiere. Oh, if you haven't checked it out yet, if any of you guys like your coffee, Spidey Q8's got his own YouTube channel. Obviously, he's a model builder and he does reviews on proper motorcycles as well. I'm a biker as well. He did this Chumley Warner thing. Because he sent Mike and Dad and that some coffee that they'd ground himself. And it was to show you how to do it properly. That was quite hilarious. And then there was a whole eating the bugs thing. Nah, I'm not. I just didn't get the eating beasties. I don't get the eating beasties thing at all. I don't think I'll be going out anytime soon and buying myself some deep fried locusts. You got any builds upcoming on your channel, Spidey? I know you did. Oh, what was the bike that I ended up getting? The one with the centre hub front steering. Can't mind it now. The motor Tezzy. Done any more on your channel after that? See, the unfortunate thing is about when you tend to make videos, you don't get a lot of times to watch other folks' videos. When people put content up, unless somebody actually says, oh, you should go and have a look at this. That's a really good build. What's Rampin saying? He had to let go of that black chopper, had on my FB profile, unfortunately. But was it a bike or was it a Harley? Was it? Yeah. Is it one of those Harley things or a custom chop? I don't think I've actually checked out your profile yet, Vampin. Spidey saying the crickets were tasty. I've saved some for my son. How could you do that to your son? Yeah. I mean, it's supposed they didn't look too bad because the legs was off them, but yeah. Do you want a Mars bar, son, or would you like some deep fried roasted crickets? I know what I'd be saying. Oh, Jess Idaho's in. Hello all and happy Saturday. How you doing, Jess? What's the weather like there in Idaho? I bet it's roasting as well. Vampin's going, ooh, Bimota. Oh, it was a Suzuki Cruiser. Was it an Intruder, mate? Was it? Small 350 motor, but a hell of a lot of power. Yeah, Vincent keeps trying to tell me his monkey bike's like really, really powerful and stuff, and we pull his leg. But I mean, it is only a 125, but he's had it bored out. Yeah, I've got a GSR 750 myself, so that's good fun. I do like a little bit of need for speed therapy. It really clears the mind. You know, it's like, can't be bored or anything. Get the gear on, out on the bike, away for a blast. Great fun. As long as car drivers didn't try and wipe you out, that's, yeah. We'll not go there. Yeah, car drivers trying to wipe you out. Bimota Tezzy's a neat looking bike. It is, but Spidey was saying it's a bit of a bitch to build. Because he's built it, obviously. And I got it in, and he was like, yeah, watch out for this bit on the kit, Terry. Watch out for that bit. So, a few things to watch out for it, but it's a Tamiya kit, but it's one of the earlier ones, so it's maybe not the best one in the world. What's Spidey saying? ICM T-34 tank Star Wars snapfit thing, which will get finished, and then the next thing is getting to be a shiny wee car and coffee themed. A coffee themed car. Did Nescafe sponsor any cars? Don't think so. Nescafe. 14 degrees centigrade. It's probably warmer here and cloudy and breezy. Yeah, the front steery bits are fiddly. Yeah, the counter steering. It was quite an unusual setup. I can see why it never really took off. Centre hub, front steering, just overcomplicated. Too much unsprung weight. Who brings 15 dafties in? If anybody's come into the channel and they're watching it on anywhere else other than the YouTube, as usual, go to the bottom right hand of the corner of your screen and click on the YouTube link, and you can come in the chat and annoy me, or chat away, or whatever you want to do. Because I just thought I fancied some company at the bench, so yeah, the usual. Couple of wee nubs on there that I've taken out too far, but well, it'll be fine. It'll all work out in the end. Nescafe. It's cool though and fully working. Shame they didn't do a metal upgrade set. Yeah, I think that would be quite pricey for a bike like that, eh? They do look a bit fiddly. Yeah. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen a centre hub steering bike, but instead of having the traditional two forks going down, it's got it's almost like a separate swing arm at the front, and it steers for the centre of the hub. It's quite an interesting setup. But yeah, I don't think I know of any other bikes that had that setup. It's the usual experimentation. I did the Ducati engine in it, so typical Italians. What's Spidey saying? Used to have a Kawasaki Z750 hardtail chopper. Sold that. A Scottish Highland roads are not. Break your back on a Scottish road with a hardtail, mate. Yeah, definitely. And Vampin's going, Nescafe, how about some South African Uri coffee? Now, Spidey's your man to talk to about that. He's right into, oh, he's a bit of a coffee connoisseur getting this, Spidey. I like my Carton Noir, that's it. That's the stuff I like. What's Jay Sido saying? Seems complicated in a maintenance nightmare. Yeah, I mean, it's not like your modern bikes that you can just put on, you know, up in a paddock stand, one bolt out, calipers off, and the wheels off. You'd have all that centre stub stuff. Clinton used to have a GSXR 750. Well, it's actually the K5 engine that powers my bike, but mine's is a street bike without all the fairings on. Fresh roasted single origin Arabica. Yeah. Dr. Sprue's in. He's going, hi Terry, morning, peeps off plastic. Yeah. I've heard of Arabica beans. But yeah, most of my coffee comes out a jar. I don't go through all the process of warming up a cup and getting. Although I do have a single cup cafetiere that came with one of my wedding presents. It's never ever been used. But then yeah, dishes aren't my thing either, so it would probably get used once and never get used again. Oh, Sarge is in as well. Hi Terry, you crazy plastic modelers and coffee drinkers. Ah, Clinton got a Buell. Now they quite interest me. I liked the rather than the brake disc being at the centre, it was kind of on the outside of the wheel. Yeah, I found that quite an interesting bike, the Buells. Still a bit agricultural for me. I like the Jap bikes. I like the look of the American Harleys and all that, but most of the guys that have Harleys in the UK or Buells or stuff like that, they go for a ride for an hour and then they spend 7 hours polishing up all that bloody chrome. Whereas I would rather spend, like, you know, 7 hours riding and then, you know, chuck a bucket of water over it and that's your bike clean. That's more my sort of thing. Yeah, my bike's needing a bit of TLC. It's, yeah. I like to ride it more and I like polishing it. Does that sound? Yeah, that didn't quite sound right. Yeah. Back at you all. Sold it because I thought it was going to kill me. What, the Buell? Yeah, it's. I don't know. I mean, there was a racing model of that, was there not? I mean, if you look at a lot of the American roads and all that, they're all pretty straight. So all the bikes are set up for just like cruising straight highways. Although there is a video on YouTube of a guy that's got a Harley and he's grounding out not just the pegs but the silencers on a twisty road. Don't think you get an awful lot of them in America, really, that kind of roads that you're going to be doing that on. And certainly the mountain sections and all that have all got restricted speed limits for what I've seen, so you're not really going to be getting the knee down or anything. Yeah, there's bucket loads of torque in a Harley Davidson Twin. Yeah, but it's just not my kind of bike. It's a yeah. If I end up getting a Harley, I think I'll be in my 70s. You know, it's more of a sort of I'm not quite at the cruiser stage yet. I know John will laugh at me because he's got a nice cruiser. He's got a quiet cruiser. It's different things for different people. They like bikes for different reasons. It's just all the freedom of the road. Go at a pace that you like. You don't have to go 100 miles an hour everywhere. You know, and in a car, you might be driving through a lovely mountain glen and it's just a mountain glen, but on a bike, you smell all the heather and the fresh air, and it's just a different experience on a bike. Spidey's going, can't go wrong with a Kawasaki. Yeah. It all depends on what what your bike inclination is. I mean, the Kawasaki owners slag the Suzuki ones, and then the Honda ones. Yeah, it's like everything. What's Vampin saying? I'm going. Mike's giving it. John's at that age though. Yeah, aye, and with a prosthetic leg as well. Yeah, he's a bit rebel without a cause. I'm not going to say without a clue because he has got a clue, but aye, rebel without a cause. Yeah. So RC's going 40 next month and had a cruiser. It's all about what you like, isn't it, really? I mean, cruisers aren't my thing. There's a bike out there for everybody. I'm getting a bit old for the knee down sort of stuff, but I do like a turn of speed. So, yeah. I like to have that option there. What's this? Police auction find. Rebuilt as a naked and sold to my brother when he went army. A Kawa Mean Streak 1500. It's obviously a UK spec, American spec one. There'll be bikes that will release across there for the American market that probably wouldn't make it across here. Damn big nubs, man. I like big nubs and I cannot lie. Yeah, some hefty nubs on these. Hey Terry, are you working on a Rhino or a Predator? It's a Rhino, but you can do it as a Razorback. It's all the parts are in the one kit, so it's a Rhino. It's knock everything over. It's that one. Warhammer 40k. Yeah, I've had it in my stash a while. When I fell into the shop and I thought I wanted to build it, so. And then I might get on with my Space Marines as well. So, yeah. I just fancied building it. A nice, easy build, and then I can just sit and paint it of an evening because they're good fun to paint. They're nice fun to paint. Which I do enjoy doing on the Warhammer stuff because their paints are lovely. Those Citadel paints are cracking. Space Marines, Clinton 2001 GSXR 750. So that would be the, oh, what the hell's the name of it now? Oh, my mate had one. That's the older style. Yeah, definitely the older style. I can't mind what it is now. Jace Idaho's going big sprue gates. Yes, they are particularly big sprue gates on this, but you need to remember this is a 2006 kit, so it's quite an old kit actually. There's big sprue gates on them all actually on these Warhammer things. Even on the little Space Marines. So lots of sprue gatage. John's going, isn't it amazing how many injuries happen when you're walking past a model shop? You on about injuries to the wallet? You know. Oh, a little bit of nubbage in there. Injuries to the wallet's the main one. But yeah, you can get some nasty falls off of the steps. Some of these big steps, they need to make the steps a bit smaller in some of these shops. Damn modelling shop just cost me $100 or £100. Gary's in. Afternoon, Ollie saying. Evening, Gary. A modern one. I'm an old fart, prefer 80s and 90s sports bike. My newest is 1996. Consider that new for me. There's been a resurgence in the, obviously I'm building one, the LC. It was a bike I learned on. And I've seen one in a local bike dealership that's been built from the ground up. Unfortunately, I don't like the colours it's in. They've done it in the Marlboro colours. But a rebuilt LC's going for like 8 and 9 grand, and it's like, really? But yeah, I would like one of them. A 2-stroke, you see, I miss the smell of 2-stroke in the morning. 250 and the 350s I've rode. Just in the morning, fire them up, and they've got that bring, ding, 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 ding sort of noise to them, which is where the crazy frog came from. New ones are not much better. A little better tooling, yeah. Royal Enfield Bullet Indian that was tooled as per the 50s British model, a newer and any Jap. Yeah, they're still building the Enfields in India, aren't they? And they've actually come back across. They're selling them across here. They look no bad. My concern would be, well, I'm an all-year round rider. Would they stand up to a British winter? I don't think so. My bike's had a hard life. It's seen 4 winters, so, you know. I was thinking about getting another bike. I was thinking of going for more an adventure bike for touring. Plus, I'm quite tall. I'm 6'5", so I make any bike look tiny. And I was looking at, I went out and road tested the Suzuki V-Strom, and I really liked the bike. But, you know, it's like a 10 grand bike. And my bike, when I got it, was about 6 grand. I think they go for 7 new now. So I was like, much would I get in a trade-in in mine? And they went, oh, what is it, a 2013 plate, 5-year-old? What's it got in it, about 5,000 mile? I went, no, it's got 25,000 mile in it. Ah, right, you wouldn't get much money back in it then, so I might as well just keep it as a scratcher. And if I want to get another bike, save up the pennies for it. I would like to tour Europe. I'd like to go around about Black Forest, and I'd like to go to Italy and stuff like that. But my bike, sort of, you're on it for half an hour, and it's really vibey, and it's not really. It wouldn't be very good for touring across Europe or anything. So yeah, I don't fancy that. What's Spidey saying? Aye, daft prices now. I don't care much for 2-strokes. The older 4s, like the old Honda CB750s and stuff like that. What's Sarge saying? American specs. You've been building cars I owned, but damn, these old American kits suck. Is that the AMT kits? Yeah, but I like some of the subject matter. I mean, I suppose it's a bit like a lot of people slate Revell, but sometimes it's the only subject, that's the only one that's doing the subject matter that you want. At the end of the day, if it's got near enough the overall shape of it, you can make a decent kit out of it. Just some of them need a lot of work, eh? Yeah, I've heard that about American kits. 75 Dodge Start. Damn kit has lots of extras, good tyres and wheels. Oh, great engine options, but no firewall or engine bay detail, so you've got to do all that yourself. Yeah, and Gary's saying he likes them, but had a habit of falling off them. Yeah, the thing is, Sarge, if the body in that looks okay on it, you're really at the stage that you can just you know, scratch build it and modify it a little bit. Now, the reason I'm using the thick glue on this is this plastic is really thick and give it a chance to bond. But I will be a little trick that I do. I will be tweaking a wee bit of thin round it and all. So I've got my MIG extra thin. I like this stuff and all. So I'll just be splodging a bit of that round about it just now. I've got an AMT Ghostbusters Ecto 1. You'll probably find it'll need a wee bit of work, I would say. I haven't built it yet. I did look at it because I'd fancied lighting it up, eh? Yeah, if it's AMT, for what I've heard, it'll need a little bit of work, mate. But we are model makers at the end of the day, so yeah. as long as the basic body shape's there. If it's got sink lines in that, you just got to fill them up. Funny thing, the Rebel 71 GTX is perfect. See, when you start talking about, I don't usually do shiny cars and stuff, and I'm not awfully clued up on what all the American ones are. I just look at them and go, oh, it might be like a 1956 Chevy or something like that. I won't know it's a 1956 Chevy. I'll just go, oh, I like that. That's nice. This will stick together nicely. Yeah, so the good thing with that thick glue and the thin glues is you can mix them together. And one actually, when you use Smoo glue, I sometimes put the extra thin on it to make it cure quicker. Right, so that looks like that door sits. I'll stick a wee bit along there. I'll stick a wee bit along there. The gluage. Get me to freeze out. Da 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 da. Little bit of clamp edge, so it all stays together. A bit of variety, and some went together well, each with hardly any swearing. And most of the Rebels are repops, yeah. Talieri are good at repops as well, aren't they? Although I've heard the trucks are quite good. But then I'm just coming back into the hobby, so you're really just taking somebody else's word on it. Somebody that's, you know, maybe doesn't like, maybe likes doing Tamiya, and they fall together, well, slate a kit, and yet you'll go to build it yourself and go, I don't know what all the fuss is about. Sarge's saying I'm into plastic bondage. I wouldn't be putting them on any of my erogenous zones, mate. No, they'd be a bit sore. I better watch what I say, because it's afternoon, it's not before the watershed. What else is saying in chat? Sarge is saying when he was a kid, it didn't bother me. Now, damn it, 53, I'm picky. Yeah, and after Tamiya kits, you're kind of spoiled. But then, it's the same. I mean, there's I like all the old Mark 1 Escorts and stuff like that. The 80s cars, because I'm an 80s kid. 70s and 80s cars, and it tends to be old kits that need a lot of work. Although, see, Bell kits, they've done the rally car, and that looks a really nice kit. Mark 1 Escort. It looks nice. Right. A little bit more gluage. Oh. At least the plastic don't complain about being cut. Squeezing the grapes. No, oh no, I wasn't even thinking about there. Oh no, none of that, nah. No, that'd bring a tear to a glass eye, that would, no, just no. No. No, that just doesn't bear thinking about, mate. Yeah, bring a tear to a glass eye. So you'll notice all these anti-spillage devices on the bench. This was manufactured by Dad, aka Mr. Mike Mountain, and John painted it up in my Suzuki. It's actually, it looks a bit like the GSX 1400 colours, and this one's my extra thin one I made up myself. Yeah, but I was kind of laughing. I was watching a live feed with Fox in it. I think it was one of these Sunday ones, and he was taking the pot out and then using it, and it's like, no, you keep your pot in. It's the whole idea, you can't knock it over when it's in that thing. Clinton's going, Tamiya kits are great. The only thing that I've heard folk complain about with the Tamiya kits is they tend to be curbside, and for me, especially with the motorbikes and stuff like that, is the favourite bit to me with a kit is the engine and engine detail. I do like my engine detail and stuff. And for a curbside motor with a bonnet that doesn't open, it loses my interest when there's no an engine in it, because then you've not got the option of trying to fit tiny wee spark plugs and all that sort of thing. Spidey saying there, another company that makes some great kits and not some great ones. Half-built MV Augusta F4 1/9 scale. Ah, right, wait a minute. Is that, I must have missed the chat earlier up. The 1/9 scale is it Protar? Protar ones? I mean, definitely on the bikes. I mean, Aoshima do some interesting subject matters. I mean, some of the older stuff that I like. Which side is it? It's that side. Some of the older stuff that I like, but they're not quite up to the same spec as Tamiya, which is a bit of a shame. But again, it's a subject matter that I like. So if nobody else makes a kit, you go with the manufacturer that makes it. Still need to find a kit of a 71 Opel Vauxhall Cadet. Ah, I used to work on them. God, that's bringing back memories, mate. Has this got a telescopic straw like the extra thin one has? No, really. No, shouldn't have done that, Terry, because now the straw's popped out. Can't quite get to the bottom of the jar I'm getting now. I might actually just stick that in a empty Tamiya bottle when I get the chance. I do like this MIG stuff, but it's quite aggressive. It's quite an aggressive flute. But it's acetone based. Don't actually think any of that's getting in there. Right. Scrap that, go with the extra thin, Terry. There we go, getting some gloopage on it now. Give that a wee. Running out of clamps. Running out of clampage. Italieri, yeah. What's Gary saying? Messed my back up quite badly the last time, plus a metal rod and screws in my right leg and other broken bones. Enough was enough. Summer evening rides on an R1. Oh, I'm just trying to remember what we call them now. I had a total mind blank. Did you have all the colour coordinated racing leathers in that? Were you a Power Ranger, as they call them? Guys with the one-piece leathers. It was quite funny. I was at a biker's calf once, and the guy normally rides like an R1 type bike, and his wife had a moped for going back and forward to work, so it needed its MOT, so he took it for his MOT, and then he thought, right, I'll go to the biker cafe, but for a laugh, he put his full race leathers on, and he turned up on one of these wee 125 scooter things with the full Power Rangers racing leathers on. He got a bit of stick at the bike club, which was quite funny. Clinton saying those drag cars have great motor details. Yeah, I was really impressed with them. They're on the dungeon. If anybody's in here that's watching, we've got a friendly little Facebook group, Smoo's Dungeon. It's Facebook / or is it / groups / Smoo's Dungeon. And Clinton's posted some pictures up of some drag cars that he's done. And the proper ones with the big tyres at the back, and then the big huge V8 engine, and then the big long thin thing. Like, oh, they look absolutely awesome. What's Vampin saying? Aoshima kits, but not as good as Tamiya. Yeah, I've got an Aoshima Quack 900 there. and it's all teardrop shaped tank and everything, and it's like an 80s bike, and it's like, or like 70s, 80s bike. And it's like, love the shape of it, but it's not quite up to the quality. Some bits of it didn't look quite as nice as the Tamiya. But then again, Tamiya just seem to keep churning out MotoGP bikes, which is what they want in Japan. When I would love to see all the old Vincent and Black Shadows and BSAs and a lot of the bikes that we rode, you know, Norton Commandos and stuff like that, and bikes that we rode in the 80s, you know, all the Super Dreams and the X7s and all that sort of thing. And nobody's really catering for that, so there's a missed opportunity, I think, on that. But then again, if MotoGP is a big thing in Japan, Tamiya are just going to make MotoGP bikes. Fujimi's catching up the kits. Yeah, Sarge. Fujimi tend to put a lot of aftermarket in with theirs as part of the kit, bits of photo etching that. Aggressive glue for some heavy clampage. It's not needing heavy clampage, it's just yeah, just a slight bit of warpage here and there, but nothing much. It's thick. The latest Tamiya bikes are awesome quality. Last one I built was when Ducati made the Monster. There's a new one just come out, the R1. Oh, I'm looking at that. I don't know if John's got it yet. He ordered it in pre-release. I'm sure I've seen it advertised somewhere for sale. I tend to wait till the prices come down about a tenner. When they first come out, they're like 45 quid. And I wait till they've been out a little bit longer. The only thing is, the problem with that is Tamiya are doing such small runs. They did that with a Yamaha YZR M109. They did a few limited edition runs, and the only difference is the decal sets on them. And it gets to the stage that you think, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind that, but I'll wait a bit. And then the next one comes out and they've discontinued the one before, and then the prices go up. I'd love a Tamiya kit of a ZXR 750H1. Yeah. I've got the H2R Kawa in my stash. There's now aftermarket front forks for it and other bits and bobs. Yeah, I'm waiting to see what other stuff comes out for it. But yeah, it's the ugliest bike on the planet, but it's a beast of machine, the H2. What's Gary saying? No Power Rangers for me, just black Dainese two-piece leathers. Best purchase. Ah, yeah. I used to be a fan of Alpine Stars, but their quality's just went totally downhill now. They're a bit disappointing. I bought a set of textiles that fell apart within 6 months because they're all just made by the cheapest company they can get them to make now. So 19 folks sitting and watching. Oh, cool. I didn't actually think there'd be many in. I thought everybody's missuses would have dragged them away to the shops with them. That would kill me, getting dragged away to the shops. Oh, no. Let's have a look at the destructions. So after that, they want to build the track links up. Now, you can build them up and then pull them back off for later, I believe. So I'm going to be trying that. See if it works. So I'll let these sit clamped up over at the side at the moment. That's them clamped up. Find where my tracky links bit says. So there's an L4, an L side and an R side. Okay, so what's this one? This is the L side. Oh, a bit of flash here. Wasn't expecting that. Flash isn't really a problem. It just sometimes makes it hard to distinguish the parts. Yeah, there's a nice chunk of flash around about the spray gate there. Can you see it? There we go. That'll come off easy enough. That's come off easy enough. Big chunk of flesh. So this will be the main piece of the track together. Let's get that off. The idea being that you can build it up, glue it into shape, and take it back off, paint it up, and then weather it up and stick it on. Now, here's the quandary. These are space tanks, right? So in space, you're not going to be exposed to moisture and stuff. So in theory, you shouldn't get rust on a space tank, should you? I'll open that one up to you guys. What do you think? It's a space vehicle, so you're in space. So But then you're going to be on some sort of planet, aren't you? So will there be moisture in the air that would cause tank tracks to rust, or are these made of some special alloy that won't rust? Ah, Christopher Bruce Models is in. Hi all, have I missed the wee what? The wee Curin Timorous Beastie. Vampin saying, I never bought leathers. I was more worried about having money for speeding tickets. Oh, Christ. So Spidey's saying there could be space moisture, yeah, because I was thinking about when I weather them up, but then are they made of, because obviously these are in the future, so we'll have different alloys and stuff. So will they be, will they be affected by, will there be space rust? Right, what's R3? That's L3. Aye, so L. L, Terry, get the L one. Yeah, so, right, get it sitting the right way. So there's L4, so it sits like that. And L3 sits in front of that. Yeah, so should I be going for a rusty look, or should I be going for a fancy fancy metallic look? Is that what I said in the chat? You said you were having a wee at the bench. Customer Chris, yeah, Chris has to keep popping back in. Supposed to be working, man. Yeah. Just as well you're the boss, eh? It's like, yeah, customers can wait. I'm gonna sit and have a cup of coffee and watch this mad Scottish bloke trying to do Space Marine stuff. Space Marines. So if you don't already follow it, and you should, Fox has got his live at the bench stream on Sunday, where he does his Warhammers, his unending forces of the holy contrivance thing that he does. L2 and L6. L2 goes at the front. So it starts the same time on a Sunday, about 3 p.m. So pop in and see Fox and his magnificent beard that he's growing. I'm sure it actually goes out in the middle of the night for a walk itself. I don't know what he feeds it. I know he feeds it coffee. Fox no longer has to drink coffee out a cup the normal way. His beard drinks it for him via osmosis, which is basically where it absorbs it and filters it and sends it to his body. So it'll be L6. Yeah, so there's really, really chunky sprue gates on this. So they're certainly not worried about saving money on plastic. I suppose styrene's quite cheap, actually, as an actual product. I don't think it would be all that. So that one there, and then there's a silly little one there. And then we've got L1. You've sunk my battleship. Universal powder. Right, I don't get the universal powder, but the universal powder. But or water from void dampness. No, I like that. Yes, the dampness of the void. That could very well affect the dampness of the void. I'm actually looking at this. There's going to be a few wee nubby bits to clean up. Yeah. Dampness of the void. That just sounds a bit wrong, actually, but yeah. Or water from Mars. I'm just trying to think what planets that the Space Marines go to. There's actually a lot of folklore behind it and that, and I've never read any of it. I don't play the game. I'm thinking I'll be getting my files out for these. Right, so that's one track. I'll sit and fiddle with that first. Here's my files. That's that one. That's my wee triangular one. That's my wee triangular one. Where's my square one? Don't need me half round. There's my square. Avoid dampness. Water from Mars. I guess you can make up as you go with these. If they're on planets, they'll be water, I'd say, but who knows what they're made from. But the thing is, you need to go with the water, you also need oxygen, because rust is obviously, you know, like ferrous oxide or whatever. So it could well be water on the planets, but there might not be any oxygen, which is why they'll wear breathing apparatus. So this is why I'm debating the whole rust in the tracks thing. What we're getting the high red shirt. Anyone else not seeing the show, or is it my crappy internet? I should still be like, you guys can see me, yeah? Tech priests are Mars-based, are they not? Yeah, I have no idea about the whole... I've got Space Marines! That's all I've got. Streaming okay here, but I've had an off buffering problem with some live streams. There has been problems with the live streams. YouTube's been having a bit of an iffy fit with some of them. And there's Mars-based patterns. So it's a bit debatable on these tracks have got a little notch out in them. I shall have to have a wee play. Yeah, I was kind of debating the whole sort of, when I go to weather it up, will there be rust on them or not? And then it really depends on what planets they've been on. And I don't really know what planets Space Marines normally go to. But it's all fictional, isn't it? It's all, can be anything that you want. Because it's in the future and they don't really exist. Mike's saying he can see all right. And Chris is going, damn it, I did have a customer. You didn't lose him, did you? Oh no, my takings have went down today. Why was that? Because I was watching that daft Scotsman on his live stream. Watching him try to do Space Marines. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing a whole series of these. I just fancied doing one a tank. And I did the big beastie guy. Oh, that's in the cabinet there. The dreadnought guy that Mike sent me up to paint up. So I did him. And come to get you mad mofos. I really enjoyed painting him up. And I've started on, but not finished, my Space Marines. So that's me, Sergeant dude. Yeah. So they need a vehicle, I think. So I've still got all the rest of them to paint up. So yeah, it's really just for practice for painting miniatures, and I fancied one of the vehicles. Oh yeah, just a bit of fun. Really just a bit of fun. Oh. Watching not stab at myself. I've never lived that down if I stab myself live on there. I'm pretty sure Fox would have a ball with that. These are a bit of a wee bit of a fiddle. So what's happening in the chat? See, there's a lot of folk in here that know a lot more about Space Marines in 40k than myself. As I say, I don't play it. I just fancied doing some for a bit of the fun of doing them. There's not a lot of dress up now. I mean, you're going to see these when they're all muckied up anyway, but... Mechanicus are from the Forge worlds, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since we've been into Warhammer. Mars is the primary forge world, according to the storyline. Ah, right, so some of you guys are really into all the folklore and everything, or you just, yeah. They're little space dudes that fight in a tabletop somewhere in a living room near you, I believe. Yeah. Somewhere in a living room near you, the Space Marines are battling out. I suppose, mind you, when you think about the size of the armies, you really need to go to, like, you need to have a big tabletop like what they have in the Games Workshop when you go in and you look at it, and it's like this massive big display with all the stuff on. All that one track link. Yes, individual track links. You just followed the lore in the movies. Right, what's Sarge saying? But Terry, me thinks a lot of vehicles are old, older than you and me and Dad combined. They'd be mucky. And Vampin's been cheeky. Aye, are you going to finish the build, Terry? What, this? I'll get this finished. Because this is the sort of thing, I'm not filming it, so it's just like, you know, I'm live streaming it, but I'm not filming it, so I've not got to edit any video or anything, so that'll just be stick it together, paint it. Jess is saying, I don't play a game, but I like the models and reading the book and whatnot. Yeah, I've got a book with it, and it's all the lore and all that, but yeah. Yeah. I suppose if I was bored one evening, I could sit and read it, but I just like sticking them together and painting them up. I do like, I know Chris's friend and our friend Paul, sorry if you hear something like a wet fart going about, it's a young chap on his motorbike. Chris has done, Paul's done some of the Age of Sigmar stuff. And there's some really nice stuff in that. That's like all the dragons and the beasties, the monsters. They're really kind of cool. So yeah, I like some of those. And I think he did some, what was the other stuff? There's quite a lot of stuff in the Warhammer. It's not necessarily 40k. It's pretty cool, but again, some of their stuff's really quite pricey. Okay, cool. I need to get some beer. It's getting dark and cold here now. Ooh. Across in Africa, South Africa, it's getting dark and cold. Ooh. There's a storm a brewing. Yeah, Vampins are crossing, if I remember rightly, South Africa, mate, innit? And he joined in with us on Friday. They went, hello. So he's in the dungeon as well. I'm pretty sure he posted some stuff up. Sergeant Bond, same here, about 100 books from the Black Library. So there's a whole series of books. Right, so I'll get away with just edge sanding these then. So there's not an awful lot of detail in these tracks anyway, so yeah, they've got high spots on them so you can, some ridges and stuff. That'll take a wee wash in that, but yeah. Whether to rust them or not, I don't know. Yeah, I was saying that the other day, Vampin. I thought you would be on the same time as Vince, because he's European time. I thought you'd be an hour ahead, but you're the same time as us. Still daylight here in sunny Scotland. Yeah, that's an unusual thing. That big yellow thing in the sky in Scotland is, yeah, takes us all by surprise when it comes out. Sun is out. What's Vampin saying? Some places, yeah, but a little far from me. You import your stuff. Yeah, I wonder. I mean, I suppose every country's got their own model making, and if I suppose model making can take on so many different forms. If you've not got, you know, like styrene models, if you're in some of the poorer countries, they make things up with what they have lying to hand, you know. Some folk can get pretty creative when they're making stuff just out of bits and bobs I have lying about, scratch building things. Oh, the locals are starting to yell. What time it is? It's only 4:20. Surely can't have been on the Buckfast already. I would have thought it was a bit early for the Buckfast round about here. I stay in Susan Boyle's hometown of Blackburn, near Bathgate in Scotland. And the locals can get a bit rowdy sometimes. Yeah. That's all right where I live, actually. It's pretty quiet. Just the usual young teenagers ripping about the bike with no helmets on and that up and down the streets. Yeah, it'll be all right until somebody gets knocked over or hurt or something, and then all the shit will hit the fan, but hopefully nothing like that will happen. Suppose we were all naughty at one stage when we were younger. You've got to learn from your mistakes and all that. I don't like seeing kids screaming up and down the street on these bing bikes, these crossers, 125 and 250s, and you know it can get up to a decent speed and they've not got any head protection on. At least have a pair of gloves, a pair of boots, and a helmet on if you're going to be screaming about. And just take some wee kid walking out and... So Spidey's saying we're just past the longest day. It's getting dark about 10. I don't get out much, so yeah. Sometimes I wake up and it's dark and I go to bed and it's dark, so yeah. Sleep pattern out the pot. Give you a quick reference, RC related. A Sakura Drift chassis here is about, oh, so it's 2000 ZAR. You can get for China for 1100 ZAR. I think we worked out yesterday that 2000 a year ZAR was what, about 200 quid or thereabouts. So that's kind of the exchange rate. Sounds like cool money, that, the ZAR. Right, so that's for the left-hand sponson side, which will be probably this one. I think that's the left one. Oh no. Yeah, because exhausts are on the outside. And that's the right one. Or have I got it the right way around? Right, that's actually, it's saying, this is sometimes where the instructions are a little bit confusing. Right, so this is the left one. This one here's the left one. Right. So these basically go in like that, okay. And then this one goes in like that. Okay. I'll try it with the extra thing. I don't know if it'll grab it and maybe get the MIG into it later. Got a wee squeeze. Hopefully it doesn't stick it to the wheel, because for painting them, seemingly you can glue them, set them, and then take them off, which is what I'm going to try and do with them. So we shall see if that works. So I've got the one for this side. Yeah, they're not complicated to build these things at all. They're just good fun. It's a painting. As Fox says in his Sunday streams when he's doing these things, it's a painting, it's a fun on them. Now we squeeze together and then make sure it's not stuck to the wheel. So any of you guys partying tonight, or are you having a nice quiet weekend? What are you all up to? What scheme am I going to paint it in Idaho? I'm doing the Ultramarines, so it's going to be that one. Or thereabouts, because mine is the blue ones. So that's Ultramarines colours there. Oh, so Vampin's away in a beer run. I'll see you when you get back. In Glasgow, they don't usually start before 6 AM. Oh, it's gala. Well, it was gala time here, so yeah, it's. You can see them walking about the street. 10 o'clock in the morning, and they're blowing bubbles. So yeah. That's starting to set, that one. And that's starting to set. And then we've got a little one that comes round. I might give that a little bit longer actually to dry before I do the little endy ones and start cutting the other ones off. Yeah, so there's not a lot to these cuts. Piece of cake. Definitely, aye, a bit of fun. Sarge Bones says, I have to watch the football match. Now, are you on about soccer? Or are you on about American football? Big cost difference? Not quite sure. Oh, yeah, I get importing stuff in. And Jess is going to a baseball game this evening. Oh, quite nice to go to. A little family event. Well, I've always thought baseball was kind of like rounders, but apparently it's not. I'm not a big sport fan, so I don't know an awful lot about sport. Right, so this is seemingly the right-hand side then. Okay. And right. Clinton's saying he's in the future. It's actually Sunday morning there. Wow, already? Sunday. I know I'm bad for missing days when I go into what the guys read me about my Smoo slumbers. I have problems sleeping, and sometimes it can be like I just can't get to sleep, and then I will go to bed, and then I'll wake up 24 hours later, and I'll slept solid for 24 hours and lost a day. So yeah, I can go to bed on a Tuesday or whatever, and wake up on the Thursday and I've lost a day, and it's like, a bit confusing. And other times I just can't get to sleep at all, so it's really weird. Do you mean football or egg-shaped carry and run football? But then egg-shaped carry and run kind of football could be rugby as well, couldn't it, Spidey? Sergeant Bones, my missus would kill me if I didn't watch the Germany match, then Formula 1 qualifying and DTM. Yeah, I used to quite like the Formula 1, but I would love them to go back to just standard, normally aspirated engines, none of all this fancy gizmo and stuff, and just proper drivers. I feel there's too much technology in the cars now. But then I suppose I've got to test it somewhere. It's really hard for them to get overtakes and that, and I like all the overtakes. And Sarge is saying he doesn't watch the farce called American football. I played soccer 10 years myself and trained with youth teams. Yeah. J.S. Idaho says you consider it relative to cricket. Yeah, rounders cricket. Aye. I mean, I played rounders, but don't think we got baseball at school. I'm just going to have a wee drink of my Iron Brew, because that's made in Scotland for girders, you can. Yeah, I've never really been a fan of ball sports. If it's something I can't do myself, right, R3 is the front one, so that's that one. I'm not bad at anything that requires accuracy, like shooting. I was a good shot in the army. I've tried archery. I haven't done it on long range like what Chris does, but I wasn't bad at it. So I quite like that, archery, shooting. Not bad at darts, but I'm a bit rusty. I was in a darts team for a little while. I was actually watching, finding the Formula One's not as exciting now because there's no really any overtakes and stuff. The Formula E is quite interesting, although it's eerily silent when they're racing, apart from all the screeching and all that. You tend to get a bit more, it's a bit more tactical, preserving battery power and all that sort of stuff. The Formula E was quite interesting. I think my favourite kind of racing is the touring cars, because it's close contact and all that. What did I do in the army? I was just a grunt, mate. I was just an infantryman. I tried to get in because when I went into the army, I was a qualified car mechanic or vehicle technician. And the recruiting officer, tricked me when I went in. And he says, "Oh yeah, come into the infantry, and then we'll get you into the army." And I'm like, "All right." So I didn't actually see any action, so I can't say that I'm a vet or anything like that. But I done my basic training and passed out. And then they wanted me to go down for the more advanced infantryman training for another 26 weeks. And I was like, "No, I want into the army." And they faffed me about. So I says, "No, right, I'm coming out. I'm a tradesman. I've got skills. Yeah, I can hold a gun and all the rest of it, but I want to do something with my skills." And just as I was coming out, my documents came through. One of the officers says, "Oh, I can get you in now." He says, "But you're better off in Civvy Street." So there you go. So I did sign my name up for Queen and Country and all the rest of it, but I didn't see any action, so I don't consider myself a veteran or anything like that. I just, did my training in the army, and if a war had broke out, I would have been called up and all that sort of thing. What's Gary saying? Formula milk floats is so boring. I don't know, but there seems to be more passing and stuff in it. But yeah, it is Formula milk floats. I've not heard that before. Sergeant was saying, a bit of a motorsport fan in general. Grew up with racing fans back when a ticket a weekend was $20. There's a racing circuit quite near to me in Scotland called Knockhill, and it's quite a nice track. I've actually been round it on my motorcycle. But it's very expensive, even if you want to do a track day. I've got a decent bike that would. Oh, Mike Hornsey's in. Hello from Canada. Hiya, Mike. I've got a decent bike that's good fun on the track, but it's quite expensive to book a track day. If they made it more available, then people who race their bikes too fast on the open roads would maybe go to a track. I prefer to be there live watching the actual race than watching it on TV. I get bored when it's on TV, but if I'm actually there and you can hear the exhausts and the tyres screeching, and I like that. I like actually being there watching it. So what's Mike up to at the moment? Mr. Mike Hornsey? What are you doing with yourself today? What time is it there across in Canada at the moment? I'm sure you've posted something up in the boom. Was it yourself that just finished that plane? I can't remember what it's called. It was the one I commented on, says it's quite an unusual looking plane, but you've done a really good job of it. Was that you? I've got really bad short-term memory for stuff. But I can recall, I'm sure it was yourself that did that plane. Was it a P-51 or something? Can't remember. Finally finished it. It's looking good. There's a knack to doing the aeroplanes. Right. Yeah, it was yours. Yeah. You're building an A1 in 1/32 scale. So what's an A1? And you've just got home for work. Yeah, my aircraft knowledge is nil. R1. I suppose if you build a lot of aircraft kits, your knowledge would go up as well, eh? But yeah, it's not a strong point of mine. Unlike our John, who's actually worked on real aircraft, restoring Lancaster bombers and stuff like that, and Vulcan bombers, both of which I do know. But yeah, and it's great getting first-hand experience on the real thing, so you know what a real thing looks like when you're trying to, if you're going for absolute accuracy, as they would say, rivet countery sort of stuff. But if you're trying to depict something of a certain era, that's exactly right. Oh, it's a Sky Raider aircraft. Okay. Aye. Still none the wiser, but it sounds like a jet if it's a Sky Raider. Sounds like a newer, more modern aircraft. Sarge is saying he's been on a few tracks too. Ontario Oval, Laguna Seca, and favourite in Germany, the Green Hell, Nordschleife. I thought it would have been Nuremberg Ring or something like that. Oh, Vietnam era, right. So you only build aircraft in 1/32 and 1/48 warships. God, a 1/48 warship would be quite big, would it not? Jings. That's a bit of a scale for warships. Yeah, so Vietnam era, right. Aye, well, there would be... Aye, there was jets back in Vietnam, wasn't there? So aye. Use... Indeed. Is it that one? I'm missing one here. Ah, there we go. There should actually be an R2. An R2? That doesn't look like an R2 droid unit. I'm just clipping away. Hi, Ellen! Sorry about being cheeky yesterday. Hope you got my email. I can often open my mouth and my brain just farts. I was trying to be funny. So how are you doing, Lynn? Is that you just back for work? Working hard at the hospital. Ah, that sounds up my street, Sarge. A big bad propeller ground attack plane. Yeah. I do like prop planes. And Mike's is a Navy version with a full load. Yeah, all the ordnance and that choices that you have to make when you're building aircraft and that, I wouldn't have a clue. I would stick everything on. They'd be like, I think you'll find that that particular plane that flew off of such and such a ship only carried drop tanks and... Yeah, get the kit, loads of armaments, stick them all on, make it look like something daft. Oh, John's enlightened me. No, it's a prop nicknamed the Spadabomb truck. Oh, Spadaboom. So yeah, see that's right into John Bennett, who is in under his YouTube channel's name. We're spanner on GB's models on. He's not got the content up yet, but we're trying to get him on the Tinterwebs. So that's actually John Gordon. Gordon's alive, 3 Sheets Bennett. It's typing in his GB's models on. So that's when you're thinking, oh, there's somebody that knows about aeroplanes. Yes, it's our John. And the person that doesn't know about aeroplanes is sitting here. Yeah. Sergeant was going, did no one drop a toilet? And Jess is saying, you pretty much can't tell with a Skyraider, huh? You just jam everything on it. It comes with 2 toilets. Yeah, it's all right. I speak Taiwanese. Yoilets, toilets. I knew what you meant. Yeah, yoilets. I just need to go to the yoilet. So Lynn's back this afternoon, so she'll just be getting comfy in her lovely big comfy chair that she's got. Oh, God. See these sprues being so thick, it's quite hard to get hold of the part. I've got it though, I've got it. Yeah. Chunky plastic. That'll make a fair amount of sprue glue, that stuff. Do any of you guys use sprue glue? Obviously those that follow Fox in that, or what's your preferred fillers when you're doing stuff? Because since I've started using that, I use that in that was it Perfect Plastic Putty? I don't tend to use a lot of other fillers, but then I don't build a lot of aircraft, and a lot of use guys that have got wing roots and that to fill in. You know, because I do mostly bikes, you get a bit of filling on the tank and stuff usually, but that's about it. That's the guy who makes a kit. The toilet you yodel at, right? What could somebody enlighten me about this toilet that you yodel at thing? Because I'm totally lost here. Is this to do with this plane? Is it a noise? You're trying to trick me here, aren't you? Everybody in the chat knows about this plane that flew in Vietnam with loads of ordnance and that on, and seemingly toilets, and yeah, so it was a big beastie of a plane then. Maybe need to post pictures up in the dungeon, even if it's just a box art or something, so I know what you're on about. Well, I've got a ping. I bet you it's John telling me exactly what the plane is with a picture, so I know what I'm talking about. All right, that's cool. All right. That was just a nice wee message for somebody. Yeah, so... Oh, Lee's in. Hiya, Lee. How you doing, mate? Yo, I'm home, he's saying. Oh, one mission they dropped a toilet on the enemy. See, I don't know the history either. Ah, that's pretty funny. Right, so that's where all the toilet humour's coming from then. Yeah, okay. Oh, Lynn's right. We better watch out because we've got Lynn. She's got a new nickname, Lynn Banhammer Dipple. So you better behave yourself, boys, because she's still yet to exercise this hammer, and she's told me she's getting a bit of an itchy trigger finger with it. So you just be good there in the chat, or Lynn will have your guts for garters. Oh, you're doing good, Lee. That's good to know. Yeah, we were trying to get John set up. John and computers, yeah. But yeah, we'll get it all figured out. So that's going to be his. He's going to have a try at doing YouTubes, because he's got a lot of experience. I mean, he's been modelling for more years than most of us, and he's got experience to share. So he's going to do his YouTube channel. But I believe he does a lot of bike meet stuff as well. So I think he was going to combine the two. So that will be his channel name. So if you want to sub to him when he does eventually get content up, that's his GB's, which is Gordon Bennett's Model Zone, is going to be his channel name. So feel free to sub to him. There's no content on it just now, but it just kind of, if anything pops up, you'll be notified. So that goes like that. And Vampin's back as well. Did you get your beer, mate? I've been really good. I'm staying off the beers. We're giving me liver a rest. So yeah. So I'll go back and see what more I can do on these tracks. So these ones hopefully haven't stuck to the wheels, so I can take them off. Yeah. Now let's see if we can get get some of this stuff out the way. Now they're all cleaned up. And this is for this one. Let's see if I can get the little one on the front on without too much bother. A wee bit of extra thin. And a wee bit of a shove together. A wee squidge. Jay Sido's asking, Dumpin, what beer are you drinking? Ale or lager? The brown stuff or the not so brown, sort of tanny coloured stuff? Actually, I could fancy a beer, but nah, that should be good. So, South African beer called Castle Lager. Right, okay. Oh, you've sent me a pic on Messenger of the toilet bomb. Right, I'll go and have a quick look at that, John, so that I can... Oh, Christ. Oh, that is a beastie of plane, isn't it? All right, okay. God, that's some amount of ordnance it's got in it. So there was a toilet on it. All right, okay. I get the joke now. Right, okay. Thanks for that, John. I get that now. Yeah, they're all talking about this plane that dropped a bomb with a toilet on it. I can see now what you were all on about. That's quite funny, actually. Is that stuck to the wheel? No. So I will let that sit there to set, and I'll get the one at the other end done. So what are you guys all up to this evening? As I mentioned earlier on, there won't be a live stream tonight, but we're hoping to get something sorted out for next week, which is why you won't have seen anything going up in the chat. So yeah, gives us all a chance to get organised. So apologies if you've been missing the usual Saturday night live feeds, but there's various illnesses and things going on at the moment, and it's just like, you know what, we really enjoy doing them and everything, but sometimes it has to take a back seat over real life stuff. So I've just been doing these wee impromptu sort of live at the bench things, just because I miss you guys and I like a wee chat. So hopefully next week there'll be something up regarding the live feeds on a Saturday night. So you'll just have to bear with us at the moment. And I'm actually wondering if I can do... I want that to sit level rather than going squint. So if I can get one of these to clamp on like that, and one of these to clamp on like that, and then use it as a little trestle. Oh, because that one's falling off. Yeah, knew that would happen. It's fell off, it didn't work. Yeah, so it can sit nice and level. Let's just get a tiny wee touch. This plastic's a bit thicker, so the extra thin doesn't always get a grip of it, but I'm not really want to use goopy glue on the tracks. But I've been reliably informed that you can glue all these pieces round and then flex it. And flex it and take it back off and paint it separately. So that should let it sit on a wee trestle there so it can dry away. That's the idea of it anyway. There we go. Start building these ones up. So is it this way? It's this way and that way. That's got a little notch in the middle that it sits in, so that's cool. So what's happening in the chat? One saying, send the picture to me as well. Yeah, it's funny, with the toilet on it. All the other beers here make you run 5 times more to the loo or the back of a tree. All right, okay. What's this? Everyone understands Smoo. Oh, everyone understands. Yeah, yeah. There's just people have got personal things and that going on. So I know you are kind of looking for, oh, what we're going to do on a Saturday night. But yeah, not this week, unfortunately. But hopefully next week there will be something on. And we'll get back to you when we know what we're doing. So that's that. Oh, Lynn was looking at the Green Beetle. Now I'm trying to remember who did the Green Beetle. Was that was Vampin, wasn't it? That was the one you posted up. You mixed up your own metal fleck in it. It's a Tamiya 124 scale that you put up in the dungeon. Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of cool. Yeah, he mixed up his own metallic paints for it. So, yeah, something a bit different, Lynn. John saying, just think all that shrapnel. It depends if the toilet bomb they dropped was full or not, because it could also be considered chemical warfare. You know, think. As I say in Australia, you know, a full dunny, a dunny bomb. Imagine if the guys in the base all decided to fill it up before they dropped it as a bomb. It would be a chemical deterrent. Just the way my mind works, eh? As Mike saying, I want to have the guy running out of the washroom with his pants down while two other guys carry the toilet to the plane. Have that as a dio. That would be quite funny, actually, yeah. Yeah, Len, he's Vampin joined the dungeon yesterday and he posted up a couple of pictures of stuff. That's what I'm saying. Chevy deep dish wheels, custom fitted. Chevy deep dish, that sounds like a pizza, doesn't it? Yeah, today we're going to have a Chevy deep dish pizza with extra like fries and shit. One of these days I'll stop talking nonsense and be normal, but that just wouldn't be me. Guy on talking nonsense, it must be that Smoo guy. Right. This is my version of the yeah, Colin's got his one of the up as well. You've probably seen the links going up. It's part 3. So he's managed to get some more stuff up on his channel. I'll let that dry a bit before I put the next one on. What else have I got? I'll start prepping the next bit. So there is a part that it doesn't have a part number for, but it just kind of goes on the end. Yeah. And there's a floor bit, right? I can see that's a floor bit. And there is no part number on it. Yeah. But it's pretty self-evident. It's a floor. So some of the Warhammer instructions, I mean, Paul was telling me as well when he did that one, it was like the walkways with the boat and everything. It's just kind of like look at the picture and look at what part looks about right. They don't put part numbers on everything. So yeah, they can be a bit vague some of the time with the parts. But there's nothing difficult about them, really. They're pretty straightforward little kits. Yeah, it's an unusual colour, that one, Lynn, isn't it? But yeah, custom colour. He made it up himself. What's Sarge saying? Oh no, oh you bloody well not what? Not stop being the Smoo. What's this? Oh you bloody well not stop being the Smoo. I'll sell my kilt and never listen to the pipes again if you do that. I've got a good habit of putting my foot in my mouth. I made what I thought was a fun comment to Lynn yesterday, and she did take it the right way. But yeah, sometimes I say things and don't think. But it was all meant in jest. It's cool. It's all good. But yeah, you guys know, if you've ever watched any of the live streams, I'm always putting my bloody foot in things. So yeah, It's all good in the hood, guys. A little bit of flesh and stuff on here. I don't want to take too much off of this because obviously this is a floor plan that goes in between the two bits. With the little tabs, I'm not worried too much about the tabs as long as they go in. But obviously if I remove too much, it might not fit properly. That's all these big tabs. I like big tabs, and I cannot lie. There's a few ejector pin marks on there, but are we going to see them in the back? Should I try and clean them up? I should really, shouldn't I? I should really try and dress them up a bit, so I might give it a go. I don't know how much it'll take out the floor though by doing it, but I'll give it a go. I'll clean them up a bit. You're not really going to see it once it's in, but yeah. Actually, that's the rear. When that goes in, there's a bulkhead goes right. I'll maybe see the two at the back, but I don't think I'll see those four, so I'll no need to clean them up. We like you the way we are, Smoo, don't change, yeah. And Lynn forgives me, so that's the main thing. Yeah, I made a bit of an off-the-cuff comment yesterday, and it was just a bit of a laugh. And I didn't like, scared in case I upset people. But it's all fine. I'm not known as the most politically correct person out there, as you may have gathered. I don't think I would get a job on the evening news. Oh, it looks like everybody's woke up. Chat's going ping-ty, ping-ty, ping. Let's have a quick look to see what's happening. Oh. There might be some breaking news coming up in a bit. I'll find out. I'll just keep yattering away at the bench. What's this? Don't go changing now. I just got here. Yeah. Actually, one of the weirdest comments. I don't know if the American guys or some of the guys for Germany or that come on find the Scottish accent difficult to understand. I know some of the guys used to joke that it was like, translator to aisle 1, please, when I said anything, because Scottish people can talk quite fast. And some of our humour's lost in translation. Any of you guys have problems understanding what's typically called my Jockinese? Jockinese. It's like Scottish, but different. It's just like Terry's language. Absolutely roasting in here. I think it's actually heat off this lamp. This Chesto lamp I've got puts out a lot of heat. Right, there's two. I don't know if you can make them out at the back there. There's two little ejector pin marks. Now, these webcams are not very good for focusing. These four are hidden because that's the front cab bit, and there's a bulkhead goes in there. But I think I'll try and I'll maybe just try and take these down a bit so I can get rid of them. So let's see how we go with that. Just give it a bit of a general sand edge. See if we can get them to... I didn't really want to have to smooth them in and then fill them up again. What's this? Sarge's going, can you imagine Terry not waffling and having fun with us? That'd be like Fox shaving. Do you know what? I would like to... I think he should donate his beard to small, bald marsupials that have possibly been burnt in a forest fire or something, or a brush fire. And when they come out and they're saved, but they're hairless, I think if he shaved his beard off, he should donate it to fire damaged marsupials or something like that. Maybe that's an idea. But yeah, it must be warm with that beard in this weather. So what's this? Yeah, talking Eucanese and Uranese to everyone west of us. Yeah. The toddy bomb, might try it, a safety picture. Need to look for a, well, it depends what scale of plane that you get, a 1/35 scale toilet. You could scratch build it out of, what do you call it, that modelling stuff. Bill, who's Bill? I'm Bill or William, but friends call me Bill. Sergeant Bones. Just replying to somebody in chat there. Scottish ancestry. A remote controlled toilet plane. And it I know people do some really strange things with vehicles, like sheds, sheds and stuff, motorised sheds, but a motorised toilet plane. Yeah. Yeah, so this isn't very exciting to watch, really, is it? Yeah, what time is it? 5 o'clock. I will get bits of styrene glued together. I wasn't planning on going much on after 5, to be fair, because it's normally when people have their tea round about here. And you've probably heard enough of me yapping away. Sarge, oh, Sarge understands me fine, Scottish ancestry. Right, what's the saint thing? What's the saint thing, Sarge? Sergeant Bill. Sergeant Bilko. Mind that series? Sergeant Bilko. These ejector pin marks are starting to come out. I'll take a bit more sand edge. What I think I'm probably going to do is, obviously I was just going to do a couple of hours streaming. But it's starting to get busier now as folk are coming home from work. I've got to go and get me dinner and stuff like that. I might just wrap it up just now, actually, because I'm roasting hot. I was just going to do a couple of hours stream. And go and get me dinner. And figure out what's happening tonight. But we shall see. Is Terry Scottish? Clinton says. I might be, but I'm more East Coast. See, the typical Scottish that you hear is the Glasgow people, and they've got a really distinct, what we call them Ouija's, because Glasgow and Glaswegians and Ouija's is what we call them. Ouija's. So yeah, I hate ejector pin marks, they annoy me. So yeah, I was just planning a couple hours at the bench. So I think I shall round that off for now. As I say, I'll probably do some of these through the week when I get bored and I want to come to the bench. Because sitting streaming live, although it's not interesting watching or anything, if anybody comes into the chat or that, it's company for me, yeah. So thank you for your company. And yeah, watch, all I'll say is watch this space regarding the live streams. If anything pops up, you guys are usually pretty quick on it anyway. If there's any last minute stuff or that pops up, because you're all sub to the channel and everything. So if anything pops up, you'll know pretty quick. So I'll just say thank you all for your company. Thank you very, very much. I mean, it's not very interesting, but I've started building a thing. Get us all excited, then goes drinking tea. Who's that? You're easily excited then, eh? Yeah, and not drinking tea. My tea is my dinner. And in Scotland, your tea is your dinner. It's not drinking tea. My tea is my dinner or evening meal. So if I say I'm going for my tea, I'm going for my evening meal. So it's not like a cup of tea. It's like actual, well, knives and forks, whether it be plastic or whatever. So yeah, just keep an eye on the channel for updates on the live streams. As I say, if anything last minute comes up, you'll see it anyway, because you guys have all managed to pop in and find this, and there's been like 17 to 20 people in through the day. And it's just nice chatting away to you all. So you won't learn anything for this. It's just me sanding stuff at the bench. So thanks again for joining in. As always, look after yourself and happy modelling. And I'll see you guys soon. Catch you later.